welcome back to the Coach Dave Academy YouTube channel. My name's Bart, and today we'll be doing a F4 lap guide at the Red Bull Ring. Let's get into the hot lap. I should probably stop streaming to you, I'll do that inside. Okay, so starting our lap here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria. So, coming up to the first corner, trickiest corner on the track in my opinion. Weird mid-speed corner, really important to get a good exit here. But a lot of that exit will come from carrying speed up to the apex, and a low power car like this, we have a very quick throttle application as well. So, first reference for braking. See, just between this 150 meter boards, it's about 80 meters before the corner. Getting over to the left-hand side of the track is also super important here, and it should feel like a bit of a rush because you can see the runoff only starts here. We got to get over before we start hitting the brakes. So limit here is we've got our right tires on the white line. You want to use this entry track limit as much as possible because of how important this exit is for lap time. So make sure you do that first. Starts you off well. Hard on the brakes. Maintain that braking all the way until you turn in quite quickly off here into fourth gear. You can see I've lined it up here. I'm just going to nick the inside sausage curve. You don't really need it, but on this lap, just took a bit of a narrow line, carried a bit more speed in. You can see, though, how much throttle I have on at this point. Almost at full throttle. You haven't even touched the inside curve yet. Really important here on the throttle early, especially because it's uphill. It'll kind of feel like the car is just like lagging momentum if you don't get on the throttle really early. So just always be thinking here, exit, exit, exit. Really need a good exit. Okay, nice. So, and then on the exit, in terms of track limits, you won't really get a track limit unless you go over the sausage curb, and you don't want to do that on this car. So just run the left tires on the sausage curb, kind of lean up against it, and that'll do quite nicely. Then just wheel straight, shorten the distance. You should meet the inside white line here. Just keep the wheel straight, drive along, enjoy yourself, and then stay towards the left-hand side of the track for this hairpin. Tricky corner, this turn 3. Uphill braking zone. Once again, same track limit as turn 1. Right-hand side tyres on the white line. Dead straight braking. Really high pressure. Braking just off the 100 meter board. Down a second gear. Very similar to turn 1, I think, technique-wise, just a bit slower. Again, really hard to hit the brake, but very fast lead off. You know, not super aggressive when we go into the entry there. Getting our right tyres as close to that sausage curb as possible. That'll kind of upset the car and it'll bounce a bit. But if you miss the inside, it just hurts a lot on the exit. You kind of need to be as tight as possible on this curb because it gives you the better angle to have more grip on the incline. Okay, use all the track there. You can, a bit like turn 1, you can lean on the sausage curb, but I find that you just run up to it rather than actually leaning your tyres on it. Okay, down into the next corner here, turn 4, trying to be straight on the wheel, position ourselves well before the braking zone. It's a bit of a crest here. The incline kind of gets more severe at that point. So best way to prepare for that, go to the left early, brake on the slightly early side because we know we're downhill. So braking just before the 100 meter board here. And you just have to come out of the brakes a little bit. You just can't quite brake all the way up to full pressure because you don't have the grip down the hill. And down to third gear, quite late, hook the car up on this apex. This is kind of the unconditional thing about this corner. You have to, in this car, get it hooked onto this inside apex curve. Really important for that time. You have this service row on the inside as a reference. Get as much onto this inside as possible. You won't get off track for this. That should later be quite aggressive with the throttle pickup because the car will be rotated and will have carried quite a bit of speed. Allow you to carry quite a bit of speed, and then that'll force you out to all the way up to the gravel trap on the exit, and then just bring yourself over to the right so we can prepare for the next corner. Get over to the right pretty fast here. Again, same track limit as the first few corners. You know it by now, white line. Point the car out wide. Don't turn in too early. I feel like that's the main trap here. We want to carry momentum. We want to have a fairly soft brake in this car. So don't get caught up in going into early for this corner. We've got to, we're apexing somewhere around here somewhere, realistically, to give you a reference. So looking in here is not super helpful. We're trying to look around the corner, and you see here we're actually pointing towards these cones. So please keep that in mind, quite a long corner. Nice soft touch of the brake. And pretty much if you're meeting the inside curb too early, then that means you're not carrying enough speed in. You're over braking, you're braking too early, so you've got to change it up a bit. But if you never meet the apex, then you're just braking too late. So try and manage those two things so you meet the inside white line. I don't really like the curb in this car. Just unsettles it, kind of unnecessary. So you can see here, we just kiss the white line. And when you reach the white line, as you reach it, that's the sign to pick up the throttle, because the throttle will then push the car back out. We'll start to understeer away from the apex, away from the inside white line. And then you want to just meet the edge of the gravel trap here. You can get, it's quite easy to get an off track as well here. A bit annoying. I don't know why the entries are white line, but this one is red and white curve, left tires here. But if you do run all the way up to the gravel in this car, it will actually be illegal because it's not the biggest car. So please keep that in mind. Really, really easy to get off track here. As you can see on this lap, I hung onto the wheel quite a bit to avoid that. But funnily enough, even when the red and white curve ends here, it won't be a track limit as long as you stay in a straight line. Really important to do so as well. We want to use this cut through to open up the next left-hand corner. Late entry. Really important. As late as you can here, as late as you can be to turn in here and still make the inside curb, make the inside white line, then you're just going to be better pretty much regardless. I've always found that the people who are latest turning into here do the best while still making the inside. Just allows you to open up the corner more, get on the throttle earlier, but it's very tricky to do. Hold fourth gear. You can see on this lap, just a lift of the throttle should be enough to get the car in. You might need a tap of the brake at first, but try to go towards a lift. I actually use the inside curb here on the fixed setup especially, just helps hook the car around, allows me to pick up the throttle more aggressively. You can see run towards the edge of the track on the exit. Left-hand side tyres on the red and white curb, that's legal. Smooth with the steering, up into fifth gear. And now, next corner. Second last corner of the lap. Fairly tricky, this turn 9. So, same track limit as we've been speaking about before for all the other entries. This corner, don't be too late here. Down to fourth gear. Carry a little minimum speed, really important. Get the car onto the curb or up to the inside white line. If you're wide here, you'll get really punished for it, so make sure you get close to the inside of the corner. You can see I barely brake. It's very, very soft brake. That's because this corner, all the speed for it is just carrying speed and entry speed, your minimum speed at the apex. That's because there's no real exit, okay? So yes, we want to get on throttle at some point before the next corner, but not super important unlike somewhere like turn 1. We do not have a big uphill, long straight where we can overtake into. We've got downhill, short straight into a corner you're very rarely going to see people pass. So keep with that in mind. We want to just carry speed in, really soft brake. You can see here, just I'm holding the brake all the way in just so it doesn't understeer on the setup, yeah, because it's quite understeery. So if we just trail the brake in, we can help the car rotate all the way through the corner. And if you brake a little bit too much, you will just kind of overshock the tyre, overwork the tyre in the entry, and it will just give up early and you'll understeer off the track. Okay, so nice, hold a bit of brake. As soon as we've got it rotating, we know we're not going to run wide. Very aggressive throttle pickup, straight to full throttle. Push the car out here. You can just about run left-hand side tyres on the red and white Austrian flag via the track. Don't know why this track limit is like this on this corner. It's just arbitrary, a bit like in real life. You see we've got our right tyres on this kind of second curb. As long as we do this, we're legal. If we're about to tie with left, it's borderline. A bit hard to say on this corner. See, our left-hand side tyres are in line with that grate. That's kind of a very good reference, I'd say. If you go over that, then you will get off track. Nice little soft brake here. Once again, a soft brake to carry speed, carry momentum into this corner. This time the exit's a bit more important though, and I think the priorities for this last corner. Don't be late. Yeah, don't be... better to be slightly earlier and brake a bit softer than to brake really late. If you brake really late and go, really aggressively turn into the corner, pick up throttle straight away, you just lose. You just bleed time all the way down the straight. So if you can just be a fraction earlier, just kind of brake softly, get the car nicely set into the camber, and then when it sits into the compression, you should be able to get straight to full throttle. So we'll see that here. Nice soft brake. Bang. So that's what we want to do, okay? Get as close to inside curb as possible. If it wasn't this curb, we would be taking that curb. And then just really go on throttle pickup. Force the car out here. That's okay. As long as you don't run your... you can just about run your lefts on the start of the red. If you run a full tyre over, you will get off track. Quite easy to do that. Or even a slow down if you run a bit wider than that. And then just keep your wheels straight, run up to the line. And that's the end of our lap here at the Red Bull Ring. Okay, and with that, we're at the end of the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And be sure to like and subscribe to the Coach Dev Academy YouTube channel for more lap guide contents like this. And you can also check out the Discord in the video description. See you next time.